So building a car that meets ever-tightening regulations is no easy feat. It's a constant balancing act between emissions, safety, and even, believe it or not, noise levels. This can be especially challenging for a company like Porsche, renowned for its powerful and often loud performance machines. Enter the late 1980s and a truly bizarre creation from Porsche, a one-off test car based on the 928. This Frankensteinian contraption, cobbled together in 1989, served a very specific purpose, ensuring future Porsches would meet noise regulations. Now, I will say, I understand its existence, but damn, could they not have packaged it a little better? This thing looks like it came straight from a Mad Max film. Anyways, let's talk a little more about this thing. So this image here isn't exactly how it looked back in 1989. You see, Porsche wrapped the car entirely in cotton wool. In other words, it probably resembled a giant automotive Q-tip. And no, I'm not joking. This unconventional choice served a purpose: to isolate and minimize noise generated by the engine, intake and exhaust systems. Doesn't seem very practical, but hey, if it works, it works. But the engineers weren't just concerned with the engine's roar. Tire noise is a significant contributor to a car's overall volume. To evaluate different tire compounds and their impact on sound, the 928 underwent some major modifications. The guts of the car were literally spilled out. The radiator relocated ahead of the front bumper, and a pair of fans housed in ugly hood scoops kept the engine cool. Dominating the hood was a large barrel-like structure, the new home for the intake system, and cables snaked their way from this contraption to the now hermetically sealed engine bay. Needless to say, outward visibility wasn't exactly a priority for the engineers. The view out the back wasn't much better either, with a custom exhaust system featuring a massive muffler awkwardly attached to the rear window. Imagine trying to do a lane change with that monstrosity blocking your view. Anyways, the exhaust pipes, hand-welded for the occasion, snaked their way up the car's back, giving us a rather unique look. But all of the mods and cotton wool still wasn't enough. You see, getting back to the tire noise, there are the bulging wheel arches. Now, they weren't just for aesthetics. They were specifically designed to accommodate a wide variety of wheel and tire combinations for testing purposes. In its current state, the car sits on low-profile rubber wrapped around an alloy wheel borrowed from a previous generation 911. But you might wonder, why a 928 as the base? Well, the answer is simple: noise. An air-cooled 911 was simply too loud for the task. The 924 was deemed unsuitable due to a lack of low-end power, and the 944 was disqualified thanks to its troublesome gearbox rattle at low loads. According to Porsche mechanic Harold Mann, a veteran of noise evaluation on the company's test benches for over 40 years. Initially, the car was tested on the existing skid pad, but as the surface wore down over time, Porsche needed a more controlled environment. They built an external noise measuring track using standardized asphalt to ensure consistent results. Here, the 928, outfitted with slick tires, achieved a remarkably low noise level of 63 decibels during a standardized flyby at 31 miles per hour. Back then, the legal limit was much higher at 74 decibels, proving that all of this engineering had worked. Then, they just had to take what they learned and implement it on their newer models. Anyways, to end it off, this cotton wool cocoon on wheels may not be a looker, but it perfectly embodies the form follows function principle. This rolling test bed played a crucial role in helping Porsche develop quieter cars, a seemingly counterintuitive task, but a necessary one to comply with noise regulations. After more than 3 decades of service, this bizarre creation now resides in the Porsche Museum in Stuttgart. So if you ever want to go and see the ugliest Porsche ever made, now you know where to find it. Now, at the end of the video, I will say that noise regulations to me are a bit stupid. Like, I do understand it's annoying at like 3 o'clock in the morning if your neighbor comes in and it's the loudest car on the planet and you like think there's a spaceship going over your house's roof. But like in the general sense, if your neighbors aren't a bunch of assholes, this wouldn't really bother you. Like, all of my cars are loud and I just tend not to start them when people want to sleep. Like, it's as easy as that. Just think of other people and then you'll know, they might be angry if I start my car and rev it at 9 o'clock at night. So let's just not do it then. If I want to make a bunch of noise, I'll do it throughout the day when people are at work. So for me personally, I don't like noise regulations as much. I do understand you don't want your ears bleeding when people go past you, but I do feel like it's getting a bit silly these days. The regulations are just too strict. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please have a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys did like it, you must like most of my other stuff. So just go through my channel, see if there's something else I like. I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?